Hey everybody, Ben here from the Bonehead podcast and welcome to Tournament Talk. We are looking at tournament lists for all of the teams that have been spawned in the Blood Bowl 2020 rulebook. We're hoping that tournaments are going to be back on track next year, and I imagine the majority of them are going to be using the new rule set. So we've looked at league rosters, we've looked at star players. Now it's time to put the two together to determine just what you can take if you're taking to a tournament. We're looking at two of the most popular build sizes. We're looking at 1100 and 1200 TV. Every tournament, literally every tournament is different, but we're looking at those two sizes. When we go into skills, we talk about some of our top picks. We don't know how many you're going to get. We don't know how you're going to be allowed to spread them across, but at least when we're talking through it, we can give you a good idea of what's going to work well for the list's main plan. And today we are looking at Undead because everybody loves the Undead list. Right, let's have a look at our first roster. So Undead kind of just get everything at 1100. I had to go and double check my maths because at 1 million you get a ton of stuff, and at 1.1 million you just get to upgrade the stuff you've got to even better stuff. So the full lineup at 1100 TV, which I think is probably where you want to start for all of your tournament rosters: 2 mummies, 2 whites, 4 ghouls and 4 zombletons, tied in with 3 rerolls. That will give you everything you could want. So zombletons, that's up to you whether you want more skeletons, more zombies. I think 2 zombies, 2 to 3 zombies to go on the line, and the rest of them skeletons with that 1 extra movement and that sweet passing 6+ that the skeletons get over the zombies. It really is up to you how you take those. That's always up to you and your preferences. So skills wise, these guys are tier 1, and they are this is probably one of the tierest, onest teams out there. So your mummies are not likely to be able to get a double or several doubles, but if you do get a double of anything on this team, block might be useful on that strength 5. If you can't get it, or you'd rather spend your skills elsewhere, don't worry too much. If you've got normals, then guard on the mummies is delicious. Okay, 1, 2 mummies with guard on the line. You've got those zombletons there who are free. They're just getting free 2-die blocks. Plus, you've also got your whites who have integral block. Going to be doing a lot of damage here. Talking of the whites, tackle or guard, probably useful. It's up to you which way you go with it. I've seen a beautifully run Undead team spam guard on mummies and whites and just dominate. You can seriously do that here, and that's just 4 skills. Most tournaments are going to allow you at least 4 normals. That's not a bad place to start. Then you're looking at your ghouls, and it's a very similar idea to the Skaven roster, actually. You kind of got block to protect and wrestle to take the ball away. Wrestle's not as important here because you do have a lot of heavy hitters. See the aforementioned mummies and whites, but having wrestle on a ghoul with that dodge is never bad, and kind of protects him, but only from a gonna get injured way. Block will protect your ball carrier. Some people do like to take sure hands on ghouls. I think it is probably better to go for block than sure hands. You've got 3 rerolls on this team. If you've got a lot of consistency, you've got a lot of strength in the mummies, you've got a lot of strength block, you've got the ability to roll dice when you want to roll dice, and once per half you're going to go swoop that ball up. You add 3+, you've got 3 rerolls. I think I'd rather have block all the time with the ghoul than sure hands that you're going to use once or twice a game. So I would recommend block. Kick, I know I'm going to sound like a broken record as we go through these tournament rosters, but kick is really useful. It's probably, you can put block on zombies and skeletons if you want, and I'll admit, we just talked about sure hands working once per game, but having the ability to drop that ball real close to your line of scrimmage if you're up against a dodgy team, or deep if you're up against a slow team like dwarves or undead, it can really change the game. It kind of time walks them for an entire turn one way or another. If you can drop that ball close and then really just pile on the pressure there with your whites, your mummies, and just swarm of the undead, it can really win it for you, and definitely worth considering. From an 1100 point of view, there's not a lot else you can do, but I do have a star player for the 1100. Okay, so if you do want to take a star at 1100, you can do it. We've already talked about how great Undead are at a flat 1 million. Now you get 100k on top of that, And with a little bit of juggling, you can fit in Helmut Wolf. So if you're not sure why we've called it Undead, please just Google the Undead movies. Maybe just watch the third one, because I think that's the best. But basically, you get Helmut Wolf, who has a chainsaw hand. So Helmut Wolf is just going to make your Undead team even scarier. You still get everything you want with this roster. You get 2 mummies, 2 wights, 2 ghouls. So you've got bash, you've got a bit of dash, you've got the medium ground with the wights there, and it comes with 6 Zombletons, so you still have numbers. And Helmut Wolf, who is a secret weapon, so you are going to lose him, but he brings that chainsaw, so your mummies and your wights are going to knock somebody down, and Helmut Wolf can just mosey on along, probably supported by one of your Zombletons, and foul the heck out of them. It's going to be really fun. The downside of this is you only get 2 rerolls, because that is the cost. So you need to burn a double to give a ghoul or a mummy, potentially. Don't know if mummies can take passing. Let's just have a quick look. I would be surprised if they can. They can't. So it's going to have to be one of your ghouls taking a double to spend it on leader to get you that 3rd reroll. I would probably go with block on one of them and leader on the other, and the block becomes the ball carrier, that leader becomes a stretch play, safety, living reroll basically. The rest of the team functions exactly the same as a standard league team for Undead. You've got that 3rd reroll. It is basically just a starting league team with a chainsaw star player, so you get everything you could need. Again, mummies, guard, block, leader. Now apparently, you know, there's a load of skills, they're all good. There is a slightly better way to run Helmut Wolf, and that's at a 1200 TV tournament. So at 1200 for Undead, you can get 2 mummies, 2 wights, 4 ghouls, 3 Zombletons, and 3 rerolls. So you do lose a little bit in the way of numbers of players. You only get 11 standard, but you get Helmut Wolf, and you get all those rerolls, and you get all of those positionals. I believe you could drop 2 ghouls and chuck in 3 Zombletons instead, so you could actually increase your bench that way, but I think I'd rather have 4 ghouls, because the resilience of the mummy, the wights, and all of your linemen mean that, yeah, if you lose a couple of ghouls, you might be down to 1 or 2 players. I think you can make it work. Skills-wise, this team functions exactly the same way as Undead. It just comes with a chainsaw. So you can smash dudes down, you can do your Undead thing, and Undead are a great team, and you just get Helmut Wolf basically free-rolled to come along and finish off people. If you don't want to run a star in a 1200 TV tournament, you are going to be... I say spoiled. The only thing you can really do is take a couple of extra linemen, maybe take a 4th reroll. They don't get significantly better at 1200 than they do at 1100 with the limited star players that we've got at the moment. Now, this is coming out before Spike 11. I believe Spike 11 is going to have a couple more stars in there. I think we're going to see Frank and Stein, and I don't know, I think we might see a little bit more. But yeah, for now though, as Blood Bowl 2020 lands, Helmut Wolf is the only star, and this is a really great way to just sneak something extra in at 1200 versus 1100. But it has to be done. It has to be done. You can get Grack Crumbleberry, who can be taken by any team, anywhere, anytime, onto a 1200 TV Undead team. We'll talk about why you want to, but here's the list. So, Grack and Crumbleberry, 1 mummy. So, essentially, what you do is you upgrade a mummy to an ogre and a halfling. Mummies tend to get left behind on the Undead team. It's one great way to beat Undead, is to separate the team into the slow and the fast, okay? You slow that down, the mummies lose out, and then you're wasting 250k of those 2 mummies. Grack Crumbleberry, though, ogre, movement 5, way better agility, gonna be doing some work. Anyway, 1 mummy, 2 wights, 3 ghouls, so you still get 3 ghouls, 5 Zombletons, so your numbers are slightly limited when it comes to your core team. However, with Grack and Crumbleberry, you go up to 13 players. None of them have got secret weapon, so they are going to have to hurt your players off the team. You still get 3 rerolls as well. This is a really tempting team because you're upgrading a mummy to an ogre, which I do believe is better. Yes, he's got Bonehead, but that's Bonehead for 2 extra movement and the ability to throw teammate and better agility. Technically better passing as well, but now you've got a 4+ passing from Grack. Is actually the best passing on the Undead team if you think about it. You've got 4 ghouls with passing 4+, and then I think Grack has got Yeah, Cracker's got passing 4+. So it's the best way to get decent passing on an undead team without taking scroll half height. You do lose a mummy, and I'm sure there's a way to balance this out so you can take a mummy, 2 mummies, and Grack and Crumbleberry, but I do think that at that point you probably have to sacrifice wights and ghouls or rerolls, and I don't think you really want to do that. Maybe you could, I don't know. How much is a mummy? 125k. You could fudge it to drop a ghoul, take a zombie, drop a reroll. You might have enough cash, but you're going to be sacrificing a lot. This way, you've got 1 mummy on the line with some zombies, and then you've got Grack playing linebacker, and you've got Crumbleberry, who comes with agility 3+ sure hands. So you got 3 ghouls and a halfling to control that ball, to do stuff with the ball, and you've got a big bruiser in Grack, and you've still got the mummy and the wights as the core destruction package for Undead. I am excited at the fact that you can have a throw teammate Undead build at 1200 TV. It is probably suboptimal, but I am very excited by it. Anyway, guys, I'm going to wrap that up for the Undead teams for tournaments. Let me know what roster I have missed. I know I haven't included Scroll Half-Height, and I was very excited about him. But he's basically the same price as Chainsaw Dude. So, yeah, you can fit him in there. You may even be able to downgrade a ghoul here. Actually, give me 1 second. Let's talk about that list. Alright, let's do it. Let's just do it. Undead, Scroll Half-Height, you can fit him in at a 1200 TV tournament. Let's talk this through. So you get 2 mummies, 2 wights, 2 ghouls, 6 zombletons, 3 rerolls. Okay, so the standard package there. But you also get Scroll Half-Height. That comes in at 1,180. So what are we getting for that? We're just getting a standard Undead team with 3 rerolls. You get Scroll Half-Height, who has got sure hands and agility 4+. So it's slightly better than that 3+ without one. So standard ball carrying, his movement of 6 and his 75% chance of picking up the ball may actually enable the rest of your team. You still get 2 mummies, 2 wights and 2 ghouls to punch stuff and to maneuver around, and then you've got Scroll's ultimate passing ability there of 4+ pass, nerves of steel, and accurate, so cheeky 3+ quick pass there. If you want to go for it, you can. Not as good as with the necromantic team. You don't have the brilliant catches in the werewolves, but actually 2 ghouls, strength, movement 7, dodge. If you want to have a good time, you can try the Undead scroll list. You might be able to squeeze them into 1100, but you're going to have to give up some real stuff. I don't know. I like it. Anyway, now I am going to wrap it up. Now we've had a look at the scroll build, and let me know in the comments below what you think of these lists, which ones you fancy, and any other lists, any other builds I've missed. I am excited to see some more Undead Star players to give them a bit of variety, but quite frankly, anything from 1100 upwards, this team is just brutal. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you again soon.